Shalom, Barak the Yahweh, Barak the Yahushai, Barak the Yahweh, Barak the Yahushai, Barak the Yahweh, Barak the Yahushai, give all praises to Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, double honors to the apostles, the elders, the great millstone, and peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. Yeah, so I got this article out of Yahoo Finance, finance publication. So the keepers of the house are trembling, as it says in the scriptures, meaning, they see that this financial system is collapsing, man, and the heavy debts and all that. But it's entitled Elon Musk warns America will 1,000% go bankrupt and fail as a country. So yeah, people, they're seeing it. Economists are seeing it. Even these capitalists and this guy, the so-called richest man on the planet, they can see it. So there's something they're gonna have to do about it, man. Once this financial system collapses, they're gonna have to reset it, come up with something new. Yeah, scriptures talk about, a mark of the beast or an implantable device, into where you're not gonna be able to buy anything or sell anything if you have that mark. So that's gonna be the solution to this debt issue, this money issue that's on the horizon. But this is out of Yahoo Finance. Elon Musk warns America will 1,000% go bankrupt and fail as a country. This article is dated Tuesday, July 28th, but it's based off a podcast interview that he did back in February. It says the world's wealthiest person per Forbes, Elon Musk, is well known for his appetite for risks and doesn't shy away from keeping risky assets like Bitcoin on the balance sheet. Yeah, Bitcoin, that digital assets, that's going to play a major role in that chip because it's all going to be, digital. Bitcoin and these data, digital assets. Assets like Bitcoin on the balance sheets of his companies like Tesla and SpaceX. There is a risk that he says the United States of America, cannot afford bankruptcy. The tech tycoon has sounded the alarm over the U.S. going bankrupt and failing as a country unless it aggressively embraces new technology like artificial intelligence and robots. That's not going to stop, this place from failing. This place is going to fail. America is going to fail. And ultimately it's going to be destroyed per the scriptures, The scriptures say that 10 horns, the beast, they're going to hate the whore who represents America and burn her with fire, So this place is ultimately going to go down. Musk appeared on the Dwarkish podcast on February 8th or February 5th, where he reiterated his concern about the soaring national debt as interest, that debt payment, that thick clay, man. As interest payments to the debt exceeded the military budget. In fact, he added the country pays $1 trillion on debt interest payments alone. So basically, this guy, he was once a trillionaire, through his stocks, but I think it dropped down ever since. But he has access to hundreds of billions of dollars, along with other elites like him, so they can clear out the debt overnight. Get a bunch of billionaires, they can pay off the debt literally overnight if they wanted to, but they're not going to do that, ultimately, because this is the will of the Lord. And plus, they're proud and they're selfish men, This is why he joined the Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE, to slow down the bankruptcy of the United States and give enough time for AI robots to solve the debt. Yeah, he got into that DOGE, government efficiency, and they discovered all them frauds and scams, that America was doing. And most likely he probably discovered something he wasn't supposed to discover. And that's why he's out of there. The fact the billionaire predicted in a post last month that there will be such an abundance of goods and services in the AI age that prices will decline leading to deflation instead of inflation. It goes to that, you know, goes to that deception. Seeing all this technology, you know, these miracles are going to change the world. Leading up to that chip, that microchip thing, it's going to change the world. It's going to make your life better. Miracles, you know, medical technology. Now they're saying that there's a chip that you put implanted in your neck, and they say that's supposed to help you with rheumatoid arthritis. It's like they put it right in your face. It looked just like a chip. I was watching that article or that news piece about it. They put it right in your neck. It looks just like a microchip. Put it right in your neck. It's supposed to help you with arthritis. So they're gonna come with that deception, the miracles, but it's all deception, man. We're 1,000% going to go bankrupt as a country and fail as a country without AI and robots. Nothing else will solve the national debt. So yeah, telling you right now, nothing will solve this national debt except for bringing in this technology and a great and a major reset. So we're seeing this mark of the beast being played out right now, man. Yeah, it's digital. Like Musk says, Bitcoin, unlike fake fiat currency, can't be faked. That digital currency. But there is another concern that the AI race could lead to currency debase, as leading countries like the U.S. and China print more fiat currency to fund the AI race. The value of the natural currencies will decline. Yeah, so they see that decline coming, man. They're gonna have to bring in this digital currency system, man. Musk doesn't disagree and once argued that, in contrast to fake fiat currency, Bitcoin cannot be faked because it is based on energy. Well, there's no limit to the number of dollars that can be printed and therefore lose value. Bitcoin, with its limited supply, remains a valuable asset. Yeah, so I mean, they obviously, they could just go back to the gold standard. Gold has a limited supply, which made it a great currency. It was the only currency, gold and silver, until they went off that system. So they could just go back to the gold standard, right? But they don't want to do that. They want to bring in this digital technology to chip everybody, But the keepers of the house are trembling, man. It's Ecclesiastes 12:1. Remember now the Creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them. And now it's time to remember the Creator, while the evil days come not, man. And the evil days are right around the corner. While the sun, the light, the moon, and the stars be not darkened, nor the clouds return after the rain. In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble. We're seeing that Yahoo Finance article, man. You can see they got stocks and all this dealing with the money system, man. These are the keepers of the house. The people that print these articles, guys that work in the U.S. markets, these financial markets, stock trade, banking systems. Those are the keepers of the house. They're trembling right now because they know this financial system is coming to a halt. Debt can't be paid off. And this guy, he's a an entrepreneur. He's a business guy. He's not a finance guy. I mean, he knows. He can see it. And the day when the keepers of the house will tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease because they are few. Yeah, the jobs. These jobs are being lost left and right to what? These AI technology that they're saying is going to be the savior of mankind. Right? Yeah, so a country without AI and robots, those AI and robots are going to take away the majority of the white collar jobs. Eventually they're gonna get to a point to where they can take over those blue collar jobs. Driving trucks, fixing, you know, uh, HVAC, all that plumbing. You can't do it now, but eventually it'll get to that point. You know, if the Lord allows this place to go on that far. But yeah, the grinders are ceased because they are few, because of the increase of this technology. A lot of these jobs are being lost, through these robots. Like how the word processor replaced the typewriter. And now you got this AI just going to replace, secretaries and computers in general. They say you don't even need a computer. And the grinders cease because they are few. And those that look out the windows be darkened. Yeah, they see that there's no hope. Eventually, it's going to get to so bad that there ain't going to be no hope. I'm not going to find hope in robots. Not going to find hope, you know, in Bitcoin and all that. Ain't going to be no hope in this place. Everyone's going to lose their faith, whatever they believe in. They believe in the government. They believe in technology. They'll lose their faith in that. These Christians are going to lose their faith in Christianity. You even got guys in the truth. They're going to lose faith in Yahweh Shai. You know. The door shall be shut in the streets. All these businesses are going to be closed down, man. When the sound of the grinding is low, and he shall rise up to the voice of the bird, and the daughters of music shall be brought low. Yeah. He mentioned is that debt, that heavy debt system, man. Habakkuk 2:1. I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, yes, standing upon your watch, knowing what's going on. Big capitalist and elites know that this place is going down, man. So you gotta watch out. What are these guys saying? What's going on around the world? Stand upon your watch. I'll stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and will watch to see what he will say unto me. What I shall answer when I'm reproved. And the Lord answered me and said, write the vision, make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it. Yeah, these scriptures are plain, man. The ones that the Lord wants to get the knowledge to, man. These scriptures, the Lord isn't the author of confusion. His words, yeah, you do have some dark sayings, but in the scriptures, some parables, but for the most part, man, these prophecies in this book are plain, man. He reveals his secrets unto his servants, the prophets, though. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it shall surely come and not tarry. Yeah, man, we're seeing that now, man. With the increase of this digital technology, Bitcoin, all these guys talking about nothing else will solve the national debt. Nothing else will solve it. But this microchip and this technology. So we're entering this technocratic age, man, where Esau's coming with his miracles, man. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith. Yeah, this man isn't upright, Esau, but the just, the elect, will live by his faith, man. They're not going to give up their faith. They're going to be faithful unto death. That's what the Lord said. Be thou faithful unto death, and I'll give thee a crown of life. They're going to endure unto the very end, man. And also because he transgresseth by wine. He's a proud man. He's proud. Neither keepeth at home, who enlarges his desire as hell. Yeah, he's got military bases all over. And is as death, it cannot be satisfied. It can't be not satisfied, But gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. And going to all these different countries, taking over the countries through this military might. Either keep it at home, stealing their riches, stealing their wealth. This is the point. Shall not all these take up a parable against them, and a taunting proverb against them, and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his, how long? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay, yeah, thick clay goes into debts, that heavy debt. He just said nothing's going to solve this debt. It's so heavy. It said it exceeded the military budget. Yeah, right here. It says where he reiterated his concern about the soaring national debt as interest payments to the debt exceeded the military budget. In fact, he added the country pays 1 trillion on debt interest payments alone, man. So yeah, that's thick clay, man. That's a heavy debt, man. So the country pays 1 trillion in debt interest payments alone, man. So that's why they created that government efficiency. They had to find money, cut all those jobs, people that work in the government that weren't really doing anything, laid all them off, trying to scrap out money any way they can, coming down on all these frauds, scraping up money. But that's futile. I think that's the word he used. It's futile, man, doing all that. Because this debt is so thick. It's laden with thick clay, man, heavy debt. You can't pay it off. Nothing else will solve the national debt. But yeah, that's Revelation 13. 14, and deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by means of those miracles. Yeah, that technology, AI, robots, that's all deception, man. It's not going to save this place at all. Taking that chip isn't going to save you, man. He's talking about how it's going to have medical advantages. It's going to cure, diseases. Take this chip, put it in your neck, it'll cure rheumatoid arthritis and all that. No, it's just going to give you cancer, man. As the scripture say. A sore. AI, robots, and all that. And all I did was take away all the jobs, man. All I did was create the grinding to cease, which had the power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image to the beast, which had the wound by the sword and did live. Yeah, the image of the beast is America. It was Roman society reincarnated, and this Roman system, reincarnated, imaged, and then Esau coming back, to the rebirth. It's Renaissance period, when Esau came back into power. Create this image of the beast again, man, which had wound by the sword, It went down for a brief period of time. It came back up, came up out of the caves again through the Renaissance period. And had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. Yeah, to not worship the image of the beast, man. Believe in the system, following after the system. Ultimately taking this chip, come up against America, they're gonna kill you. If you don't take that chip, they're gonna kill you, man. That's how you worship the beast, man. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, man. Yeah. So you put to death if you don't receive that mark in their right hand or in your foreheads. And that forehead technology is here through this very guy. One of his companies is Neuralink. He started that Neuralink. Put them brain chips in your head, man. Another part of that, those miracles, man, that he's gonna come with. But that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark. So it's to be linked to the money system, that digital money system, man. Or the name of the beast or the number of his name, man. So yeah, the keepers of the house are trembling. Just wanted to bring out this article, man, of what he said. He said he warns that America will 1,000%. So there's no doubt in his mind this place is going to fail and go down, man. So they're going to come and do whatever they can to save it. They're going to bring in that chip. The Lord said not to take that chip, man. It says that no man might buy or sell, at least you have, that mark, man. Yeah, that's what happens when you take the chip. It's Revelation 14:9. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, like we just read, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand. Forehead or hand, man. The same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture. A full blast, man, into the cup of his indignation. It's the indignation, man. The destruction of the nuclear missiles, man. You shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. So if you make it past this point, up to this point, there's no coming out of it. There's no salvation, man. You take that chip. So our Lord said, be faithful unto death, man. I'll give thee a crown of life. Because some are going to be faced with that martyrdom, being a martyr, So if you don't worship the image of the beast, the same shall be killed. He put you in concentration camps. The time Jacob's troubles comes right around the corner, man. Yeah, and the smoke of their torment ascended up forever and ever. They had no rest, day nor night, who worshipped the beast and his image, man. And whosoever receiveth the mark of his name, that mark of the beast. So don't take that chip, man. Put your faith in Yahweh Shem Yahushai, man. In these last days. With that, shalom.